Hello everyone. In this session we will discuss the dynamic memory allocation. In our dynamic memory allocation, the data declaration can be provided within the our source program. Here we have the data declaration and next here we have the data definition. So the data declaration is done in the form of source program. Means here whatever the user is writing the program, that we can call like your source program. So in the definition, in the declaration point here, we have the source programmatic. Okay, and here whenever you are giving the data definition for the programmatic, that can be run in the runtime. So after the writing of the program, we are doing the compilation. After the compilation, we are doing the runtime process, right? So here the data definition can be done in the form of runtime. Your data declaration can be done in the our source program, means whatever the user is writing the program into the our computer. And this dynamic memory can be allocates and releases the memory whatever they associated with the data. So it can be using the our data, and also it is releasing the memory. Okay, whatever the user is given, that is released by the dynamic memory allocation also. And this can be mostly done in the form of standard or derived data type. So normally you can see, so this dynamic memory allocation can be accessed only by using the pointers, and it is not associated with the any identifiers. Here you can see whatever you have the pointer, that can be accessing the our location in our memories. So once your whose storage is allocating the dynamically, that we can call like your our dynamic memory allocation. So also we can call that storage is like your heap format. Also we can call the storage format is like your heap. So here this dynamic memory allocation can be done in the form of two ways. One is the heap and one is the static. Dynamic memory allocation can be done in the two parts. One is the stack and second one is the heap. Your stack is nothing but your whatever you have the variables, those variables can be declared inside the function. Here if you have any variables to declare with the our programmatic, so those variables can be declared inside the function. Inside the function means your inside the our main function. Okay, and it can be takes the our memory into the stack manner. And next here we have the heap. So this is like your unused memory. Whatever you have the unused memory in our programmatic, those can be used to allocate in our memory dynamically. Okay, so the unused memory can be stored into the our heap format. Unused memory of the program, and that can be used to allocate the memory dynamically whenever you're running the program. Whenever you're doing the runtime process for the programmatic, in the time here the heap will be performed. If you're working with the source program only, in the time here our stack will be performed. And here we have the some functions to perform with our dynamic memory. So by using that, here we can manage the our memory allocation in our programmatic. Here we have the total 4 types. Those are the malloc, calloc, realloc, free. Alloc means your allocation. M means memory allocation. Like that, here we can perform the our functions into the dynamic memory allocation. Let's start here. First one, that is like your malloc. Let's see, here we have first one, that is the malloc. So here the malloc is the one type of block of memory allocation. Here what is the malloc? Here it is the memory allocation function. So here we have the braces, right? This we can call like your function. The memory allocation function is allocating the some block of memory. This block of memory will be having the size. Size means here whatever the user is taking the data type, by that here we can define. If you are using the int data type, that will takes the 2 bytes of memory. If you are taking the float data type, that is taking the 4 bytes of memory, and double if you are taking 8 bytes of memory. Long double means here 10 bytes of memory. Character means here it takes the 1 byte of memory, right? So same like that only here, the memory allocation can be done by using the size. Okay, so that can be specified into the our memory allocation, that is malloc here. So we have the syntax to define with the our malloc. Here you can see what we have the syntax to define this. First, here we need the return type like your void, and this void can be performed like your alloc. See here we are writing the our pointer symbol. Y means here the dynamic memory allocation can be done by using the our pointers, right? So that's what here we are writing the void pointer symbol with the malloc. Why we are writing the malloc means here we are performing a process for the malloc. And next here we have size. Okay, so we need to be find the size for that. Okay, by using the size only, here we can define the our malloc. So void malloc size block size. The block of memory is depends on the our size in the bytes. Size in the bytes, not in the bits. Bytes format, it may be the 2 bytes, it may be the 4 bytes, 8 bytes, 10 bytes, 1 byte, like that. Here we can use the our size. And next here we have the some example. So here you can see first here we have the size t, right? So it is defines the our stdio.h. The size t can be defines the stdio.h. Means standard input output.h. Once you're writing in the programmatic size t, so you need to be defined with the our stdio.h. And we have the block size. It can be specifies the block size of the memory, so that is allocated into the our memory. And next here we have the void. So it is the one type of return type, like here we can call pointer return type. And this can be points the first byte of the allocated memory. So if you're taking the one block, if that is allocating the successfully, otherwise here it can be returns the null pointer. If we perform the successful programmatic, so there is no problem, it can be allocating the our memory automatically. If not here, it can be shows like here this is the null pointer. And here we have the malloc. Malloc function can be specifies the block size in the actual parameter. We have the two parameters, right? Actual and the formal parameters. Your actual parameter is calling the function. Here malloc can be performed like with the form of actual parameter. AP means here I am writing with the actual parameter. By using of the size of operator to provide the portability. So how it is performing the actual parameter? By using the one operator, that is the size of operator. Okay, let's say here we have the one example with the size of operator. We can define this one, right? A is equals to malloc. Here I am using the size of operator, size of, and next here you can define the int. Here I am using the int data type, means here it can be occupies the 2 bytes of memory. So normally you can see if you are using the 16-bit of computer, it can be performs the 2 bytes of memory. If you are using the 32 bits of computer, it can be uses the 4 bytes of memory into the programmatic. So just here I'm taking the 2 bytes of memory. Okay, so just you can see here, if you're performing this one, the process can be allocated in the form of stack to the heap. Let's see here how it will be performed. Here you will be having the stack. Okay, first you will be having the stack, and you have the another one, that is the heap. Okay, let's see here. So what it will be having, this is the stack. Okay, this is the stack and this is the heap. You can observe clearly the stack will be having the variables, right? So here what we have the variable, that is like your, we have a variable. Here you can see we have the a is equals to malloc. Here we are taking the variable is like your a. Okay, and here whatever you have the variables, so those can be performed into the our stack. But here the heap can be performed like your unused data type, right? So here now here if you are not using this one, this can be comes to our heap. Like here whatever you have the unused memory, that unused memory in our programmatic, that can be used to allocate the our memory dynamically. So now here the variable a will be allocating the dynamically into the heap point. Okay, and next here whatever you have the malloc means your if any error, suppose if you are performing the programmatic for the malloc, if you got the any error for this, so it can be performed like your memory overflow, or else malloc function is calling the size 0, means you're in that we are passing the size 0 type, like that here it can be defines the our parameters. And next here we have the calloc. Next here we have the calloc. C means your contiguous memory allocation. Normally you can see we have the arrays, right? Arrays are performing the contiguous memory location, right? So whatever you have the elements, we are storing those elements in the form of contiguous memory locations. So same like that only you can see here. So here calloc is the contiguous memory allocation function. So this is basically done by the our memory for arrays. Whenever you are defining the memory for the arrays, in that time here you can use the our calloc, contiguous memory, and it can be initializes the our memory into the form of null characters. Null characters, whatever you are initializing the memory into the arrays, those can be allocating like your null characters. Okay, so just see the syntax to define what we have the syntax to define with the our calloc. So just you can see first it is also having the void. It is also having the void. And next, so we are talking about the calloc, allocation. It is having the size. Also, it will be having like your count. Whatever you have the size, again you can define the size for this. Right? So whatever you have the size here, it can be defines like your our standard input output header file. And next it can be specifies the each element is stored in the allocated memory only. And whatever you have the count, it can be specifies the number of elements are stored into the our allocated memory. Whatever you allocated the memory, how many elements are stored in that here, that is identified by the our count. And next we have the size t means you normally like that only. It is also our standard input output. And a while means you whatever you're performing the return type with a pointer, that is like your our void. And also if it is allocating successfully, there is no problem, otherwise it is returning the our null character. Right, your calloc means your whatever you're performing, that is in the form of contiguous memory locations. For example, you can see here we have, I'm taking the p is equals to the int calloc. Here I'm taking the size 150, size of int I'm taking. Okay, then close this. So once you wrote like this here, it can be takes the 150 integers. You can see here we have the int. Int means your integers. Here we have the 150. So in this year, in the CAlloc at present, we have the total 150 integers. So it can be allocates a memory for the array of 150 integers, and the pointer is pointing to the first byte of the integer. Okay, how it will be means here, just you can see here it will be having the total 150 integers. Just here I'm writing. So here if you need to be write the 150 integers means here we need to be create the 150 boxes for the arrays. Okay, so just here I'm writing the some similar boxes only. Okay, let's see here. It will be having the pointer, right? So the pointer can be defined with the first byte of the memory. First byte of the first integer in our array. And here these boxes will be having the total array of 50 integers. Array of 150 integers. So by the example only here I am defining. So here we took the 150 integers. So by that here we are defining the array of 150 integers. Whatever you have the array of 150 integers, it will be having the one pointer. So we are defining this one by the pointer only, right? The pointer P can be points to the first byte. Okay, the first byte of the first integer in our array. This is the array. So this is our first byte of the first integer. Okay, so for that case here we can define this is the our pointer. Like this here we can allocate the our CAlloc. And next here if CAlloc is performing with the error point in our programmatic. So like here it is also showing like your memory overflow, or else here the CAlloc function is calling the called by the passing the size 0. Like that here it is also doing the error points. And next here we have the third one, that is like your realloc. Realloc means your reallocation function. Okay, so means just here whatever you have the changes in the block of size, those can be allocated into this memory. For example, if you're deleting or else extending the block size, that can be performed by the our reallocation. So just you allocated the 150 of integers in the CAlloc, right? So but here if we need to be include the 200 integers in that, means here in the time you can use the realloc. If you need to be extend the block size, or else here if you need to be delete, just you will be having the only 100 integers means here, so you need to be delete the 50 integer size into the array. So in that time also you can use the our reallocation. The reallocation can be performs like your delete, or else here it can be performs like your extend the block of size. We can delete the block of size, or else we can extend the block of size. That can be done by the reallocation. And here if there is not enough memory space into the contiguous extended the block size, so then it can be allocates the new block. So whatever you have the information left out in the size, so that is taking the new block and it can be copies into that. So the existing block is the new block that can be extended to our new block into this, and it can be automatically deletes the whatever you have the old copy. So just it will be having a new copy. Once you reallocated whatever you have the previous, means here whatever you have the old copy, that can be deleted, and whatever you have the new copy, that is there in our programmatic. So that like that here we can perform the our reallocation. Here we have the syntax to define with the our reallocation. So just you can see here we have void realloc void size t, and next here we have the new size. Okay, so here whatever you have the p indicates the pointing to the first byte of the allocated memory into our block, black. And next here we have the new size. It can be specifies the new size of the block. So here we are reallocating the memory, means here we need to be take the new size. It may be the less, or else it may be the high value. Anything we need to be take this and size, that we can call like here new size. And void means here it is also performing the pointer return type. Here if it is successful, there is no problem. Otherwise here it can be returns the our pointer is null pointer type. Okay, so for example you can see here I am taking the p is equals to realloc p comma 10 size of int. In this also I am taking the integer point only. At the pointer p pointing to the existing block into the our memory, so that is having the just here 5 integers. For suppose here you can see that is having the 5 integers. So how means here you can see if it is having the 5 integers, you can see if it is having the 5 integers. Here I am taking the integers like your 6, 18, 25 and 15, 3. So suppose if we have like these elements into the our array, like here we can call 5 integers. So array of 5 integers you can write here, you will be understand array of 5 integers at present you will be having. Right, so here normally it will be takes the first element or else your first byte in the first integer, right? The pointer will be occupies. You can see this is now here our pointer. This is now here our pointer, and it can be takes the only 5 integers, but here we added the 10. Here we added the 10. Here we need the reallocation process is like your 10 integers in our array, but here we have the only 5 integers. So now here you need to be extend the our block size. Here we can delete or else extend, right? Now you need to be extend. Why? Because here we have the size reallocation is 10, but we have the size is like your 5. So that's what here we need to be extend the block size up to 10 integers. And whatever you have the new elements that can be extended the block, and automatically this can be deleted. Okay, so means here we cannot extend directly here, so this can be deleted. Now we need to be allocate the again, so that is like your reallocation process. Okay, let's see here how it can be reallocate the our box. See, after reallocating process will be having the total 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So here we have the total 10. 10. Okay. So here already we have the 5 elements. You can write here 25, 53. So we left with the again 5. Right. So always here the pointer element can be points with the first element. And you can say these are the our array of 10 integers. Array of 10 integers. If we have any elements, so more than 5 elements already will be having. That's what here we allocated the memory. So if you need, you can allocate the memory into this. If you need, you can write whatever you have the elements into this, that is possible to define with this. Okay, suppose it will be having the 1, 2, 34 and like your address type. Okay, so means in the pointer will be having the address type, so like that here we can define. So this is also having the 1, 2, 34 and the 3 will be having the 5, 89 and the 10. Like that here we can define the addresses for the array. This is the reallocation process. Means here the first one is deleted and new one will be there. So we can call this is the reallocated block size. reallocated block size. So this is the previous, this is the new, this is the previous, this is the deleted, and now we will be having like this. And next we have the free. Fourth one we have the free. So the free is the releasing the memory. Whatever you have the memory, that is released by the our free function, and it can be deallocates those memory locations which are not accessed by any programmatic. So allocation and deallocation we have for the dynamic memory. So whatever you are releasing the functions, those functions are deallocating the memory locations. Means again it is performed. So those will not accessed by the our programmatic. Means once you deallocate this here, these will not accessed by any programmatic. So just see the syntax to define with this. Void, we are performing the free, right? And next here we have the void pointer p. So your P is like here, it can be having the memory block that is not accessed by any programmatic. And the void is performing the pointer to the return type only. If it is successful, it can be allocate some memory. Otherwise, here it can be returns the null pointer. For example, here I am taking the free. Just I am taking the P. So how it will be locates in our programmatic. If this P is pointing the memory block that will be having the single element, how it will be accessing into, how it will be releases the memory into the block. Let's see here. First we have the one single element. First we have the one single element for the our P. Okay, so this is our single element. We can write here single element, right? So once you perform the, means once you release it the memory to the block, so it can be performs like here P block with like this, will be having the releasing memory like this. Means which are not accessed by our programmatic. If we have like this only, it can be accessed by the our programmatic. If not, here it is not accessed by the our programmatic. Means here this is the deallocation process. This is the allocation. Whatever you have this process that you are allocating in our array solvings. So this is like your deallocation. The deallocation process will be having like this. So it will not accessed by any programmatic in our programmatic. Just you can see here what we did the process here. We released the memory. Releases memory. Okay, we released the memory. So after that here it can be performed like that. For example, here you can choose any other one. This is only single element, right? So for example, if you are taking the array of 5 integers, how it will be performed? So let's see here. If you are taking the 5 integers format, the P will be having, P is pointing to this. Here we have the 5 integers. Okay, total we have the 5 integers. And here also it can be released as the our point, right? How it will be released is totally with the form of dotted lines. Totally with the form of dotted lines, it can be released as the our pointer. You can see clearly. Okay, the first one what we have here, pointer with the array of 5 elements. Array of the 5 elements here we have. And these 5 elements, once we release this with the memory, so it will be the empty point. So this is also a P, and these also here array of the 5 elements only. Elements, or else here you can write the integers. But here these will not accessed by the our programmatic. So like this here we can perform the our dynamic allocation functions. Means if we need to be manage our dynamic memory allocation, you can use these functions: malloc, calloc, realloc, and the free. Thank you for the watching. If you like the video, subscribe to my channel.